Happy day, loves. Chakra Shelly here, doing another recording live for Love Grows Gaia and more for your ascension. This video is about hand signs. And now that you've learned about your Merkaba, you've learned about your multiple chakra system, you've learned that you've got chakras here on your hands, right? And down on your feet, and that you have more chakras inside of you that you have been told about. Now that you are aware of these and you are using these, let's talk about hand motions and hand signs. As you are aware, the Illuminati and Cabal all have all these hand signs. Well, we do too. And we reverse a lot of what they do. We flip the script on it. We flip it back over. Okay? So I'm going to walk you through some hand signs, and then I'm going to walk you through the Zebu symbols that we have up on this page, Love Grows Gaia. And those are motions, you guys. Those are motions that you can do with your hands to activate certain things in your field. And if you recognize that when you are moving, even though you think you're in air, it's just like moving in the water of the cosmic records, and you're swimming in water all the time, and you're using your hands and motions to create and to destroy what doesn't serve your highest purposes. Okay, so let's start with this. Everybody's seen this. Oh yeah, Satan, it's a satanic symbol, blah blah blah. Okay, logically, if you think about reversing something, you would open up your hand, you would bring in your thumb, your forefinger, and your pinky, and this would create bunny ears. Now what this does, so when somebody throws this hand symbol up at you, you respond to it with snippy snippy. What's up? Follow the rabbit, right? So what this does is it gives you two things. This gives you energetic scissors to cut cords, okay? This also puts a pyramid code over, and what, I don't know, like a laser. It focuses your chakra here. It doesn't close your chakra off, right? When you do this, you're closing off your chakra, okay? And they have two hand signs. They do it this way and they also do it this way, but as I show you guys more hand signs, you're gonna see. Okay, so this represents the bull, the wolf, the canine, all kinds of different stuff, but it also represents what you would consider the satanic symbol, and they're bringing it up. So to reverse it, you are going to use this hand sign here. You are going to acquire energetic scissors, and you are going to have a concentrated energy flow coming off of this pyramid frequency, okay, off of your hands. So you replace that with this, okay? The next symbol that the Illuminati uses quite a bit is the OK symbol. Okay, you see this all the time in symbolism. How do you reverse it? Well, what you are going to do is you are going to recognize that you have 3 pillars of light. Okay, watching all of my videos, I spoke to you about you being your own 3 pillars of light, you being in control of your 666, your free will, what you seed with your 6, and your outside 6 chakras here. There's no longer snakes in there. You are denying the reality of good, bad, right, wrong, blue, red, whatever. Okay, you are removing yourself from duality and going into a positive or a negative, meaning you're polarized like a magnet would be. Okay, with a 0 center, with a 0 point on either side. Bringing that in, you are going to, they keep these symbols open. You're going to keep your fingers together. You are going to bring in these 2, and you are going to open up. All right. Now, a few hand symbols come off of this. When you open them up and they are loose, this represents your Christ consciousness, your C and C sharp. Okay. This is an energy flow when you use these hand motions. So if you see somebody popping this up, you pop this up instead. This is your response to it, okay? Another sign that comes out of this, if your hands are this way or they're going this way, that means that these 2 are pointed forward. If you put this out, This brings in what we consider the Midas touch, okay? Turning it back into gold, standing it back up in its 7, forcing those frequencies back in, but it also, you can go back and forth on it. So I do this a lot when I'm moving my hands. I'm doing the C and C sharp, okay? And then I bring this out and I roll it with a 7, rolling it with my 7, okay? So 2 hand symbols come at, and another one's going to come out of this, okay? Which is going to activate your 33. This is where you're going to pull back your hands, okay? Pull back your hands this way. And do you see how it makes a 3 right here? It makes a 3 right here, okay? This is you standing in your 33, standing in your own divine light. You have 3 here down the center. You have 3 here down the center. And you are pushing your heart song to override whatever is being pushed upon you, okay? So taking their hand symbol, closing these up and standing you back up into your 3 pillars of light where you are strong, opening up these C's brings in your C and your C sharp. Pulling out your thumb, which would give you this frequency here, 7, when you look at it, brings in the Midas touch on the divine frequency. Pulling back your hand gives you a 33 code. Standing in your 33, this will override anything that the 33-degree Masons are doing. You do any of these hand symbols to any of these motherfuckers, and they are going to know straight up that they cannot fuck with you. Okay? Like, straight up. And yes, children can watch this, and yes, the planet does swear. All right? So getting you through some of these hand signs, and you guys will start remembering some of your hand motions and things like that. And I want to show you something very interesting, okay? When you put your hands together and you do this, doesn't that make the Illuminati pyramid, you guys? When your CNC sharp is open, okay? And you're not looping on circles and you are not unaware of your outside chakras, okay? So when you put these two together and you do this and you put this sign up to anybody, while the Illuminati does this, the Illuminati does this, right? All these cabal people, they do this. Pull that down, stand in your 3 pillars and do this. And they will know that you know the whole story, that you are not playing, that you are standing in your own pyramid code, that you are in your Christ consciousness, and you are very aware of the game that is being played, where the top of the pyramid is the good guys and the bottom of the pyramid is the bad guys, and you're not buying it because you know what both is, and you are both. You are the top of the, you know what I'm saying? You are your own pyramid code. So that's why when I talked about you guys getting off of the old pyramid frequency and you having your own frequency that you throw around, right? So when somebody does some Illuminati shit at me, I respond with these hand signs, okay? And there are more hand signs. Hold on a second. Let me bring this down. Got one here. Takes me a minute. Anytime somebody hisses at you or wants to be a snake at you, psst, psst, all right? This hand symbol here is pulling up the snake. Now, if you really want to fuck them up, you're going to go like this and you're going to open that up and you're going to zap them, okay? This will offset any snake or anyone hissing at you or anyone using any kind of black magic at you. All these hand signs will knock that shit right off. And you will see them shudder in fear of you because you have awoken and you have taken your power back. Those are just some of the hand signs that you guys need. I know that you're going to remember more. Please watch this video over and practice using these hand signs. And when you are speaking, move your energy around. You see Trump doing this a lot, okay? Where he's using this. You also see him doing this, and this is the birth. This is birth, where you open this up and you're birthing something. So you see him sitting like this a lot. So hand symbols matter. they matter a lot to these Cabal players, okay? And if they want to start throwing hand symbols, then I suggest you have the power to throw some very powerful hand signals back at them, full well knowing who you are, what you're capable of, filling up with white diamond light, filling up with all black orbs if you need to get in and to consume the darkness, bringing it back and filling yourself back up and transmuting these frequencies, you guys. So we also have a chart on our website that has a bunch of symbols on it. This chart here, okay? These energy motions will reverse all of the satanic cabal, the rituals, all the different symbolisms that they use. You guys use these, okay? You can write them on. I carry selenite with me everywhere. It's like sidewalk chalk. I'll write these symbols on cement and buildings and all kinds of shit. I'll write numbers around them. This is you recoding everything and saying, no, we're not going to use it for these purposes anymore. We're not going to play these games. Okay. We're going to rewrite our realities with these. And I want you to also know that when you're using your hand signs, okay, let me just order out of chaos. Let's do that one. It's one that you're going to use all the time. And it's technically the number 3 with 2 rods of illumination going down it. Each one of them have a different frequency and purpose, just like the numbers do. They are not backed by numbers. They are backed by your motion, okay? So when I want to do an order out of chaos, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to use my Christ consciousness frequency. I'm going to draw the 3 in the air, and then I'm going to crisscross down with the numbers, okay? So I draw my 3, and I bring up my 2, and you can use this as your 1 and 1, 3, 1, 1, done, fucking order out of chaos. Bring this frequency back into a code. And all of these are energy motions, okay? So the A, bringing in, you need a little bit of hope in your life, man, okay? Use these and draw them in the air. Draw them all over the place. Draw them with your DNA, if you can. If you put your DNA in a squirt bottle, which I do, I take my DNA and I, instead of always just pouring out my tinkle or my especially my womb blood, we use, squirt bottles and things like that, and we spray it on the ground and we spray it on the concrete. So using this chart, you guys, and I know that I fly through it and I expect you to do it. This is sacred unity. All right. Gratitude. I'm not, as a planet, I'm like, I don't care about gratitude. I just want you guys to love yourselves again. Know that you came down here to break universal law. Know that you came down here to also go back into following universal law and knowing how to use, like, you're turned on now, right? You've got your Merkaba on. You've got all your chakras on. Now what are you going to go do with it? What can the Christ being do with their hands, right? What energies and motions are you using your hands for? What placement do you have with your 5 and 5, where you build and you retrieve, and you build your walls and you retrieve your frequencies on your 5, and you create your reality with your 4 and your 5. You lay your foundation and then you create your reality. And you guys are literally magicians, where they need all kinds of signs and symbols to hold down their false reality, and you need what actually works here, okay? And what works here via the planet is you knowing the power of your chakras, knowing the power of your transmutation, your empathy. Not only are you able to take a whole bunch of garbage in, you are able to turn it back into white diamond light and transmute something that needs to go and turn it into something else. And using these symbols and drawing them around and using them and moving them around with your new hand signs is going to be something that I ask you all to practice. And you will start paying attention to what you do with your hands and how powerful your hands are. A lot of Christ beings are very fidgety, like me. I'm always like, I'll sit and twirl my hair. all kinds of different stuff. Or Cody, he's always just got to have something in his hands and moving stuff around. That is just a distraction, you guys. Whatever you're doing fidgety with your hands, realize the power of these hands. And these are your guns. These are your absolute, no one can fuck with it. They see these things coming out of you, you guys, and they are going to run from you because they're realizing that no matter what they tried, they could not override the planet. They could not override your helixes waking up. They could not override your ascension if it was really in your heart song to ascend and to get back into universal frequencies. They cannot stop you guys, okay? And as the planet, I back you all up 100% if you're using this divine natural operating system. Love Grows Gaia is not a fucking religion, you guys. This is how your shit works, okay? And as I continue to speak and you take this information and then you start applying it and realizing, like even in your lives, you're going to have to like watch your hands moving around because you're so used to using them to speak, but realize what you're speaking and you're drawing into your reality. And these are your magic wands. These are your guns. These are everything that you need. No weapon formed against you shall ever, ever, ever have any power over you unless you give it away. Okay? Mwah. As I get more hand signs, and I feel that it's imperative that you need them, these are the most powerful ones. These are the ones that you need to reverse a lot of the stuff that they are doing. And I hope that you use them. And you will remember many of them on your own. Okay? So you'll just be sitting there and then all of a sudden, you know, something comes up and you're feeling something and you start moving energy with it. Do remember though, that whenever your hands are open, you're on full blast. If you're closing them up or you're doing something like this, you're basically denying your Christ code when you're doing this and you're enclosing your 3 and saying, I'm not going to go do that. I'm going to be a little devil, right? Not much else needs to be pushed out. Like, you guys don't have to do anything else, but love yourselves. Look at anyone who's putting any kind of an agenda against you and say, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that fucking experience. Back off, get away, take it somewhere else. See ya. If we're not buying their experience anymore and we know what we can do with our own powers and our own frequencies and our own energy motions and movements, they have no power over the grid. You guys are creating another grid on your own. So that information is here for you. Please use these hand signs. Refer to this chart with the best possible energy motions and movements. And if you practice Tai Chi, please replace it with hand signs and motions and movements that are on here, okay? And this is going to reverse everything that they're doing.